Welcome to the first edition of Rugby365TV. With us here today we've got Howie, Kahn from Rugby365 and then more importantly Christian Stewart,
thank you.
Ex-Canadian centre, and you're still sporting a Canadian centre physique, I see.
Well,
a lot of work.
Not really, but we get more of that later.
Take the compliments in there, Kahn.
Thank you.
Okay, what we're going to do basically in these inserts, we'll look at a team of the week and we'll base it on someone from 365, someone like Howie, Kahn, expertise flowing. And we'll discuss it with a professional, someone with a professional opinion, in this case Christian Stewart. But let's start, guys, with the back three. I think it's important for us, and it will be important in this World Cup, for us to look at the fullback. Howie suggested someone like Patrick Lambie being this man's team of the week. I kind of understand why. He's a guy who plays with a lot of heart, but Christian, maybe you can elaborate. Do you think he's a World Cup winning fullback?
Not quite yet. He's young and he's been superb, but he's not Israel Dag. I know Israel Dag didn't play. He played on the wing on the weekend, but there's certain very special players in this World Cup. Israel Dag's one of them, so I'm going to cheat a bit and put Israel Dag at fullback.
And then if we look at what's always going to be a big call in a World Cup is the 9-10 combination. If we stick with 10 first, Howie, you've suggested Ronan Nagara as your pick at number 10. For a man who's trying to retire, he's playing some pretty good rugby for Ireland. Is that something you'd agree with at 10?
No, I don't like watching Ronan Nagara at 10. If Quade Cooper's available and fit for selection, I'd pick him. He's the most entertaining player in the world. I'm a massive fan of the way he approaches the game of rugby. I wish that everyone played rugby like Quade Cooper. I wish South Africa had a Quade Cooper.
But I must say, I'm not an Nagara fan, but I thought against Italy he did what they had to do in a game that they had to win. I thought he stood up quite nicely for once.
Fantastic, we'll go with Cooper anyway.
That's democracy, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to number 9, and how you suggested one of the stockiest scrum halves in the World Cup from Tonga, Daniela Moa. And obviously, he's had a great tournament. He's a guy that the Tongans have rallied around and have played some very good rugby this World Cup.
I'll let you in on a secret. In our selection meeting at the office, I actually went with Mike Blair. I fought tooth and nail, but I got outvoted. And Christian and I were talking about Mike Blair earlier. He was very good against England, don't you think, Christian?
I thought he was absolutely superb. I thought he was the scrum half of the weekend. I'd go with Blair.
Yeah, Sam. I think I'm gonna have to outvote my own people when I get back to the office.
Right, if we get onto the forwards, I think important for us, the referee's interpretation of the breakdown has been crucial in the results in this World Cup so far. I mean, if we look at, let's just look at your number 8 and the 2 flanks, Jamie Hislop, Sean O'Brien, Jerome Kahn, as what you've suggested. All very good players. I think maybe there's very little debate about Sean O'Brien. He's an outstanding World Cup.
Well, I think we could just carry on and talk about Sean O'Brien for the rest of this video. I mean, he's been one of the players of the tournament in my mind. He's dynamic with ball in hand. He's very good on the ground. Probably not as good as Abrisso or Warburton, but he offers a little bit more around the park. I think he's been exceptional, and since he's been in the Irish side of 15, it's given their pack a bit of direction.
As you say, the interpretation of the breakdown is an area of massive concern for rugby, and you'd almost look to favour a guy who's better at the breakdown as opposed to ball carrying. So if you're going to go with a Brousseau versus Sean O'Brien, that becomes a tough call. But Sean O'Brien has been so good that I tend to go for him because they both play against each other. Skulk versus Kahn, you could take either of them. They both play similar roles, both great players. Parisi for Italy's worth a mention. He's been great.
He's an outstanding World Cup. And I think maybe one mention for Sam Warburton as well, who just has been playing incredible rugby this World Cup.
He's been a superb leader. I thought he wasn't the right choice as well, captain, but he stood up brilliantly as a player and a captain, and he's a young man too.
We look at the locks, Nathan Sharp, Richie Gray, also very good World Cups, and then and to include the tight 3 in the front as well, Ewan Murray, Bismarck Duplessis and Sign Healy. The guys have all looked pretty good up front, and they're doing pretty good jobs.
Well, there's some great names there. Matfield, O'Connell, Laws, the youngster from England, has been outstanding. Donny Rousseau has probably been the standout lock of the World Cup. And then up front, I don't know too much about the front row other than Bismarck and probably Steve Thompson's worth a mention in the hookering position. And then, as you said earlier, you reminded me that Matt Stevens got a hiding from your boy, who you've chatted about. What's his name?
Ewan Murray.
Murray. And then Woodcock's been great, but he got knocked down on the weekend tackling a fly off for a centre, so he's ruled out. And Alan Jacobson was also outstanding on the weekend.
Very good.
From Scotland.
Yeah, I think the Scottish front row took the fight to the English, and Murray in particular scrummed Matt Stevens almost sort of back to South Africa. He was exceptional, and he missed that game the week before because it was on a Sunday. He missed the game against Argentina, so who knows, if he had played there, maybe it could have been a bit different story.
Okay, well that's the team for this week. If you guys have some suggestions or got any questions, please feel free to contact us. Details are below. But before we let Christian go, Christian, maybe we could just chat about the games this weekend.
Ireland, Wales. I'm going to go with Wales. It'd be sad to see Ireland go home. They've been so good. England, France, I think that's a no-brainer. I'd be shocked if France managed to pull things together, so we'll go with England. South Africa and Australia, obviously South Africa, and we're going to shut down Quade Cooper regardless of what I said earlier. And of course New Zealand, Argentina, there's only 2 words for that: New Zealand.